it is unfortunately evident that the world is facing an environmental crisis. There is a clear scientific understanding that CO2 emissions are distressing the global climate with irreparable long-term consequences. It has been identified that the biggest source of carbon emissions contributions in the energy usage sector comes from land transport. In the year 2000, 74% of the transport energy used in South Africa was for land transport. In the past 15 years, this figure has grown drastically due to the increase in vehicle population, particularly in cities such as Cape Town. Some of the biggest and most powerful cities in the world have adapted their infrastructure to accommodate and encourage the use of active commute methods, such as walking and cycling. Encouraging bicycle commuting as a more sustainable alternative method of transport is seen as a promising urban mobility policy, as it simultaneously addresses global climate change issues as well as a variety of local environmental and non-environmental issues. Besides the reduction of CO2 emissions, the benefits of bicycle commuting are also linked to a decrease in local traffic problems, such as traffic congestions and limited parking spaces. Therefore, increasing the amount of bicycle commuters in general may result in reducing Cape Town CO2 emissions and other traffic-related issues. The government is slowly but surely catching on and putting the appropriate infrastructure in place. It is common logic that every individual who travels by bicycle has to park, store, or secure their bicycle at a variety of stops along the commute, or once they have reached their final destination. Cyclists want to park their bicycles as close as possible to their destinations with relative ease and efficiency. As a result, bicycles are left randomly secured to street furniture, signposts, or fencing, thus leaving pedestrian walkways cluttered and obstructed with bicycles. Therefore, it is evident that there is a need for an improved bicycle parking infrastructure in public settings in the context of Cape Town CBD. With the new dedicated bicycle pathways and lanes, the numbers of individuals making use of bicycles for commuting and traveling purposes is increasing rapidly. Therefore, just like individuals commuting by vehicle, they need to park their bicycle at their final destination. In and around Cape Town, dedicated bicycle parking is either scarce or lacking completely. When an individual wants to commute by bicycle but has frustrations regarding parking his or her bicycle at the final destination, it may influence their decision to not commute by bicycle again. It is essential to provide an adequate, dedicated bicycle parking structure. For a bicycle parking structure to be adequate, it is important that it does more than simply park a bicycle. The structure needs to give the user ease of mind to make use of the structure, by knowing that it efficiently and effectively performs its function with minimal effort and no complications or frustrations. The final product consists of three main parts, namely the frame lock, wheel guide and lock, and the CPU and battery section. Each of these three parts serve a vital purpose to the total and overall function of the bicycle parking structure. The wheel guide is not only suggestive and indicative of how the product is used, but is also functional as it contains and secures the bicycle to the parking structure. Fundamentally, the structure operates with 4 stepper motors and 1 geared DC motor. Stepper motors are used to effectively secure the wheels of the bicycle to the parking structure, whilst the geared DC motor is used to operate the frame lock mechanism that ultimately holds the bicycle's frame within the structure. Both motor types function with relevant sensor technologies in the form of infrared LEDs and limit switches. These components are all controlled and powered by the CPU and battery section. Once a user's bicycle is safely secured within the parking structure, the green LEDs located along the frame lock will turn red to indicate that the structure is in use. This ensures the user that their bicycle can only be accessed with the specific RFID card that was used to initially secure the bicycle. It also reassures the user that their bicycle is safe and out of harm's way. The process of securing one's bicycle is ultimately made significantly easier, more efficient, and effective. The product saves the user valuable time and effort, whilst encouraging the use of bicycle commuting as a means of a more sustainable alternative mode of transport. So instead of sitting in traffic, why don't you consider switching pedals?